Hi and welcome to Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse Skinner and today I'm going to start working on the administration interface for codingwithjesse.com. And so that means I'm going to need to set up Webpack so that I have a way to compile all my JavaScript and have it show up on the administration. So I'm on the Webpack getting started because I always forget all the details on how to actually do it, even though I already have a video outlining how to do some of this. I'm going to scroll down here to the config file and copy paste that because that is impossible to memorize. And so I'm going to go over to my project and create a new file, webpack.config.js. I think that's right. And paste that in. And let's have a look at what I actually want it to be. So I need an entry point that's going to be a JavaScript file that is sort of, well, an entry point for the administration. I'm going to have another one for the public website, but for now I'll just start off with an admin entry endpoint. So where should I put this? I have source, which is sort of my public JavaScript, my public HTML, and that sort of thing. And I could put the code inside the JS folder there, or I could put it inside app. App is, I was envisioning app to mostly be my server-side code. So how about, I'll put it inside the source JS folder. So how about I make a new folder, admin, and I'll make the entry be an index.js file inside there. And then, so I'll point that at source/js/admin/index.js. And now that I think of it, I would probably rather not have to have this source.js as a prefix for everything I do. So I'm going to, I know there's some kind of setting in here. I'm never going to find it by scrolling around, but there's some kind of like path. So let's find the config file. No, I don't want. Let's go back to the main docs. I'm in some kind of tutorial here. So if I go to the, I know they have like a configuration file, maybe in usage, configuration options. Let's go to that. They have some kind of like path, context. That's what it is. See, it's impossible to memorize this. So I'm going to make my context be this source.js thing. I think that'll work. We'll find out. Whoop. Okay. And then it should be like ./admin inside that context. And the output, I want it to go into my build folder, which is empty right now. But it will be, I think I can do this. We'll find out. And then let's call it admin.bundle.js. And they have this CSS loader by default. I guess that's fine. We'll find out. So let's start by doing kind of a hello world. So I'll just do an alert in here, hello world. Let's see if I can get my Webpack to build this and put it inside the build folder. And actually I also need an HTML file to load this from, right? So let me make a new file, admin.html. Actually, let's make it an index.html inside an admin folder. I might want to put my JavaScript, maybe let's move that over. I think that makes more sense. So new folder JS, and then an index.html, which I will create a quick HTML file. Title coding with jesse.com admin. I gotta do my meta car set equals UTF-8, and that's got to be inside of a head. Anyhow, all the body HTML. So let's start off. It'll just load my JS, I need the index in there, index.js, which is this file, but I'm going to copy that, delete this folder, yep, and then put that in there instead. Alright, so that structure I think makes more sense, and it's not muddled with the public website as much. And can save that, so that'll be js/index.js. So what I'm going to want is that this pulls in the Webpack code, but for now, let's just see if my web server can even handle it. So what was it to start my web server? I think node app, and then no, cannot find config. Oh, I made some changes in the last video. So it was loading .config. Now it's got to be up a directory. So let's try that. And it didn't say anything, so I think it's working. Actually, let's change that so that when it's listening, we'll do a console.log listening on port config.port. So now when I run it, listening on port 4321. I should be able to go to localhost :4321, coding with Jesse coming soon from my previous video. Now can I do /admin? Hello world. Okay, that's great. So the next thing I need to do is actually have, let's close that. Next thing I need to do is have Webpack building this bundle, and then I want to set it up so that it uses Webpack hot reloader to serve that, so every time I save the file, it changes and reloads the page automatically. So I'll be doing that in the next video, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.